What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, as promised, and in lieu of them canceling the Disney launch event over in Europe, there was a shareholders meeting today that anybody could listen along to online. But when they cut the audio, and for people present in the audience, they were able to view the very first clips for some upcoming films and a clip for the Falcon and Winter Soldier. And now, as re-reported by all the normal outlets in one place we can certainly trust, we have a full description of the clip that was shown. We're going to go ahead and break down the footage, issue the normal spoiler warning, and talk about it in context of what we already know about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including a limited edition Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around at the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So when I referred to the publication that posted this description as a place we could trust in the prologue, it was an attempt at a turn of phrase as laughingplace.com, a trade not affiliated or associated officially with Disney in any way, but a Disney-centric news publication who had a media member in attendance today at the shareholders meeting earlier, got a look at the clip and was able to post a full description. And as they said in the article, and we'll issue here now, full spoiler warning, this is most likely going to become the first trailer look as they start the report with "this felt like an extended trailer." And if you want to see that trailer fresh, have your own reaction, if you're susceptible to this kind of thing, or this will in any way ruin your Falcon and Winter Soldier experience, you've been warned. Let's jump right into the description. It starts, quote, "The footage shown felt like an extended trailer, starting with Bucky paying a visit to Baron Zemo in a state-of-the-art prison who tried to unsuccessfully activate his Winter Soldier programming. Bucky told him that someone has recreated the Super Soldier Serum." Another clip showed some kind of rally where cheerleaders are on a stage were decorated with red, white, and blue Captain America insignia. The announcer introduced the new Captain America, and then the camera cut to someone backstage in a silhouette with a shield. It was unclear if it was actually Falcon in the suit. A montage of action sequences included Zemo fighting in his iconic mask from the comics. It wasn't clear from the short clip if he was fighting with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier or against them. Lastly, we saw Bucky approach Sam Wilson and discussed that they're not really friends, more like two guys who had a mutual friend who now need each other. And this is, of course, carrying over the angsty nature of their relationship from the beginning of the Infinity Saga. And the show's not only set to focus on Anthony Mackie and his arc, both assuming the mantle and the shield, but the friendship and the bond between Bucky and Falcon and the Winter Soldier that goes now beyond just their mutual friendship with Captain America. Now, the 2 most important parts of this entire trailer description actually come in the very opening scenes, both Baron Zemo trying to reactivate the Winter Soldier programming and Winter Soldier telling Baron Zemo that they've recreated the Super Soldier Serum. There are 2 amazing plot points right there in very little dialogue, the first of which establishing that whatever deactivation process Shuri went through in Wakanda worked, and that Winter Soldier is no longer under Baron Zemo's control. And this is the sort of thing you would do, light spoiler warning here, for a major plot point. But if Baron Zemo is the type of villain that he's proved himself to be in the past and relied on planning and technique over brute force, then there may be some truth to this secret word that wasn't deactivated as a failsafe in the Winter Soldier, and you'd go ahead and subvert expectations by establishing right off the bat that his deactivation process had worked, only for them to bring this out somewhere in the 3rd act, or what's for a 6-show television series somewhere around the 4th or 5th episode. And that's the type of twist we've come to expect from the supervillain that is Baron Zemo. The second major plot point being that they've gone to Baron Zemo for help. That's why Bucky's there in the first place, and having to deal with a Super Soldier Serum. Now listen, we know they've suspended the most recent reshoots due to growing health concerns, and that some of those reshoots were only set to take place for those same health concerns in the first place, that the major plot point of Falcon in the Winter Soldier had to do with a pandemic. And considering what's going on in the world right now, Disney thought that that plot point would just hit a little too close to home, especially considering it's not set to come out until August, and we have no idea what's going to happen happen between now and then. I made the point in that expose and many times since that the Black Widow film set to come out in just a couple of months, where there have been rumors of delays for that film's release as well, may have threads and through lines that lead directly into the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. A bit of a blind spot here at this channel and others who cover this topic and didn't think this would be the case, and sort of foolish on our part because Marvel never does anything that stands independently. And I argued at the time that if the ties were too many and too great, they can't do reshoots for Black Widow at this point. It's picture locked, so they would be limited in what they could change as a main protagonist and or MacGuffin for the film if it was something they had already introduced in Black Widow. In short, if they had already made this an infectious disease, it'd be really hard to switch that. But could it be the case this was always about the super soldier serum? In that most recent Falcon and Winter Soldier plot leak that we gave a lot of validity to here at the channel, they talked about Sam having to take the injection if he wanted to be Captain America and him being willing to turn it down. And then for a film like Black Widow that's set to focus on the creation of superheroes with the Red Room, it seems like a very obvious through arc and thing to focus on as a major MacGuffin, but I don't think that's the case, and let me explain why. This all started with the beginnings of that TV spot where for a couple of frames you could clearly see Black Widow pulling red vials out of her jacket. And when we did a breakdown of these frames here at the channel, we explained that the obvious first guess was super soldier serum, but when you compare that to what we've seen of the super soldier serum in the MCU, it's always been blue, not red. You could compare these back more closely to the red vials that showed up in the first clip we actually showed in this video from the beginnings of Civil War. Crossbones trying to obtain these red vials, and although he was unsuccessful, that takes place at an infectious disease center. We then found out that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier had to undergo rewrites due to obvious reasons, and for a TV series that from the get-go went under Pandemic Productions LLC, and even though the super soldier serum may become a point of contention as well during the series, it's most likely the case that some sort of global viral threat was what they were going to use as a major plot narrative and maybe a motivation of one of the main villains. And now they're going to have to rewrite that, obviously, and that was my other major takeaway from the trailer, is that there's not a hint of that original plot point anywhere to be found, and you can imagine they're going to do their best to hide it in the promotional material, even if it still plays a role in any way in the upcoming show. Now, for those of us excited to finally see this trailer, wondering when it may be shown, we reported when first it was announced here at the channel that sometime directly after they did the Disney Plus launch event in Europe, that they would release this trailer to the public as well, and we wouldn't have to wait that long to get it. Now, it's going to be interesting to see, since they didn't show it to any sort of mass of people, since they canceled that Disney Plus launch event, if they still want to release it to the public anyway. And if not, there's a good chance it may be attached to the upcoming Black Widow release right alongside the first look at the Eternals trailer, because there's a good chance at that point nothing's going to overshadow the other, and the box office for Black Widow, even with the growing global concerns and in lieu of Disney maybe moving it, is already tracking amazingly. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below about all of this. How hype are you for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And if you think too that there may be some direct through lines for the narrative from this film right into that TV series, something that I said was maybe a bit of a blind spot here at the channel, but is looking more and more likely the case with Thunderbolt Ross's involvement in both the film and the TV series. And if you're excited for the Black Widow film as well, this new trailer really upped the ante for me and gave me a better feel of what the movie's going to be like. And for a bunch of other trailers that were starting to get stale, these new shots, especially here of Taskmaster with the sword fighting Black Widow in the middle of the sky, are super dope. I can't wait for this film. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, and quickly let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 650,000 subscriber mark. We're headlong into that, could easily hit that by month's end or next. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes here at the channel, like the limited edition Infinity Saga box set. We gave the first one away on New Year's Eve. We'll be giving the second one away on the 2nd anniversary of the channel at the end of April, sometime right around when Black Widow is released, as I started my channel right after Infinity War. If you want to be entered to win either of the PlayStations, the limited edition Infinity Saga box set, any of the tickets or DVDs DVDs we'll give away to every MCU and MCU adjacent Sony movie over the next couple of years, and doubling down on the major prizes as well as some of the other sub milestones. If you want to be entered to win any of the prizes, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on, leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of the video, and if you've missed any of those winner announcements, especially here real recently as we've given away I think 6 PlayStation 4 Pros in the last 60 or 90 days alone, no worries. All you have to do is scroll back through the channel, look for the winner announcement and the sub count in the title, click on that video and scroll to the end. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always, guys. Thanks so much for checking out the channel and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.